Golden State Warriors in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Chef Curry starting to cook.
Work every day and night, so we stay alive every time we fight. Yeah.
He's hotter than fish grease.
This team in green and white hangs around.
Oh, so much Steph Curry. Wild comeback here for the Celtics. Horford for the lead. Boston up by 3.
Think about the Celtics. There's not one guy you can point to that had a hand in winning this ball game.
The Celtics take Game 1 of the 2022 NBA Finals.
Brian Windhorst joins us now from San Francisco. And Brian, I want to go back to when you and I talked, when Boston let a big lead get away from them at home against Milwaukee. And you said if they lose this series, they're going to regret it because they have a championship caliber team. You thought that then, and I just want to know, based on the fourth quarter you saw tonight, if even that was surpassing what you thought they were capable of, because they made 10 straight shots in a finals game, man.
Well, that was an extreme example. I will give you that. I do not think that's going to be repeatable. We've never really seen a quarter like that in finals history. But I'll just say to you, like, as I'm watching the Celtics fall behind, I'm thinking to myself, this is their game. This is what they do. It's not ideal. This is how they've played the entire season. They fell behind for 3 months and then came back. And had they lost this game by 4 points because they didn't finish a comeback, I'd have still felt okay about their position because I watched them handle the body blows and the haymakers that the Warriors threw at them. I've covered a lot of games against the Warriors, and I know that this team's a little bit different than those previous teams. They like to knock people out. They end games early, and that's not going to work against the Celtics because they've developed sort of an iron chin, and they are able to come back, and they're able to hold their heads. And right at the start of this game, we showed a graphic on our broadcast, 123 finals games for the Warriors, 0 for the Celtics. And normally you would see that and go, oh my God, that's a stunning number. But I feel like the experience that the Celtics had going through this season in a way, prepared them for a game like this more than 123 finals games would have been on their team.
I agree with that. But on the other side, I wonder, for a team that does have so much experience and who has seen this movie before, and they bury you in the third, and then they just have some fun in the fourth, and then they celebrate a win, I'm not going to use the word shook because I think that's for Twitter more than it is for real life, right? But I do wonder what that 12 minutes does in that locker room for Golden State. You're there in the building. You tell me.
Well, I have to tell you, it's inexcusable for the Warriors to lose this game. To be on their home court up 12 points cannot happen in any series, especially the finals. And you can't go 7.5 minutes without a basket. You've got to have something that you trust, something that you can run to get an open shot. And, I look at Draymond Green tonight in 2 out of 12 shooting. And I guess he has to take a shot if he's wide open. But I look at that. I look at the situation where they're leaving Jordan Poole out there when he's not helping them on offense and he's hurting them on defense. You obviously felt the missing Gary Payton in this game. They do not have the margin for error against the Boston Celtics that they had against the Dallas Mavericks, that they had against the Memphis Grizzlies. They are not going to be able to get away with playing 30 minutes, 35 minutes. 40 minutes. They got to play the full time because the Celtics played the full time. That's a lesson the Warriors got to take away. And Scott, let's just be honest. They got to win on Sunday.
Yep.
They can't go back to Boston down 0-2.
No, I completely agree. I'm rarely shocked. I was shocked by what I saw in those last 12 minutes, but Boston was absolutely spectacular. Brian, as always, appreciate the time. We'll talk again later in the finals, all right?
Thanks, Scott. Okay.
All right, from Brian. We pivot now back inside the locker room. Always fun to hear those moments. I just am curious, just how much does Ime Udoka sort of allow that room to celebrate this moment? I suppose we'll find out in the locker room.
One game, 3 more. A lot of series left, but very impressive when we don't play our best. We can still grind down deep until they hit that last 3-pointer, 13-point quarter. So 40-13, fourth quarter, they have 92-80 going in. And basically had 105, until they hit that last 3. So not always going to be perfect, not always going to be pretty. Guys didn't play their best. JT, where you at? way to impact the game when you're not scoring. 13 assists. Too cute, too comfortable early. We did what we did the second half. Here we go.
Together, man. We do this together. Together on three. 1, 2, 3.
There's our answer. Pat Beverly's back. We talked about him being a very business-like approach. I mean, what Kobe said a long time ago, job's not finished. It's just one. And do we make a bigger deal, Pat, of adjustments, or are they real?
Oh, adjustments are definitely real.
Okay, so for game 2, let's look at Golden State. And you're Steve Kerr. You look at this last 12 minutes, maybe you flush that, but game 2, what do you do different?
I think for Golden State, more split offense. When I mean split offense, I mean more of Draymond Green underneath the free throw line. He has the ball in post. You go split action there. They're real successful with that offense. They went away from that, and they had Draymond. You see Draymond getting most of his threes at the top of the key. If I'm Boston Celtics, I'm happy with Draymond.
You're inviting
Yeah, I'm inviting that. So maybe we see Draymond Green underneath the post split offense more. I think defensively, I think Klay touched on it. In the fourth quarter, it's all about multiple rotations, multiple closeout rotations. You see mostly the Celtics threes they hit, it wasn't even a contest out there. So I think in the fourth quarter, you kind of tighten up that and go back offensively for Golden State. I think you cut that slot more. I mean, with Steph Curry, they're putting 2 on the ball. When Steph Curry comes out, the next man who's closest, whether if it's left or it's right, depending on when he goes, cut that slot, give him more space, and that opens up more driving lanes for the Golden State. So I think they do that, but I think Steve Kerr preaches like more hitting more singles. When they had the league up 12, up 14, whatever they had, you seen a couple guys trying to go out for the knockout punch. Just play off basketball. Just continue to hit singles.
But you know what? As much Golden State's going to try to do things different. Boston, we've heard Coach Udoka say it over and over again. Like, we don't have to be perfect, and this wasn't their best. They think they can be better outside of making all their shots in the fourth. So they'll make adjustments too. What would you expect to see Boston do differently in terms of approach or strategy?
I think they're going to come out swinging first quarter. Obviously, he said, we came out kind of slow in the first quarter. I mean, the first half. So I'm excited to see a Boston team start the game. But I think Draymond touched it on it a bit. He goes Marcus Smart, Al Horford, and I forgot the other guy he named. They went 15 for 20-something from the three.
It was Smart. It was Derek White, and it was Al Horford. 15 to 23.
And if I'm those guys, I'm super confident. Yeah. I feel good, in fourth season while I'm sleeping in Golden State right now. I shot the ball extremely well. I can't wait to play again. I love these rims. That's my motto as a player going to the game.
And I mean, again, Boston wins a game where Jason Tatum goes 3 of 17 and 1 of 5 from 3. That's pretty amazing. All right, we are going to step aside here on ESPN2. I have no idea what we're going to do next, but I have a feeling we're going to find out. He's Pat Beverly. I'm Scott Van Pelt. This has been fun, man.
Yeah.
I hope it's worth the try.
Lit. I love it.
Appreciate you being here. Coverage will continue over on ESPN. Fine, we'll stay here.